Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Aram. I'm in coaching and especially in rowing coaching. A lot of people I start to work with approach me with the same problems. So I figured I'd make a video on the typical challenges of rowers' winter training. Most athletes don't have a precise goal setting. So there's no goal setting in terms of next year I want to improve my personal best by precisely 4 seconds, 6 seconds. For this I need this split time, I need this wattage. There simply is not enough goal setting out there, and therefore it's already quite difficult to have a strategic training plan. And this leads me to the next point. If I don't know where I'm going, it's very difficult to find a strategy. What for? Just doing winter training because we've always done winter training, that's not very strategic. So what I usually do is set out a strategy. So I sit down with my athletes, say, where are you now? Where do you want to be in 12 months, in 18 months, in 2 years, in 3 or 4 or 5 years? And then we figure out a strategy bit by bit. How are we going to reach that? Which split times do you need? What is your position doing? How fast do you need to be in order to win this or that regatta? The problems now start to amount. If there's no clear goal setting and therefore there's no strategy, and we still do a lot of training, we become impatient because there's that vague goal of ours and we are impatient to reach it. How do you want to reach it? If you had a clear-cut strategy, you would have a clear-cut plan, and with the plan you are patient because you know step 1, step 2, step 3. You can't skip step 2 because without step 2, step 3 doesn't make sense. But as there are no clear steps, you become impatient because you feel like, I don't know, am I behind schedule? Am I ahead of schedule? There is no schedule. There is no plan. And the lack of planning is something that leads to accidental success, but accidental success is something that's a rare breed. As we become impatient, most athletes start to do emotional day-by-day training planning. So, I don't know, I might be behind. Let's see where I am. So I do a 1,000 meter test, a 2,000 meter test. I participate in that January race. Then you start to become too intense, too early. Winter time is the time where you build up a fundament of base endurance, of muscle mass. You need muscle mass as well, because muscles are not just good for strength. The key factor why I do quite a bit of weight training with my athletes is to strengthen tendons and ligaments. Now, if there's emotional training planning, of course, there is a lack of strategy of variation. I talked about this in a video before about lactate testing and what to do with results. Strategic variation doesn't mean I'm making it, today I'm doing a 2K and then I'm doing a 6K and then back to a 2K. No, that's too intense. Strategic variation is to have, okay, today is my low steady state day, so I have variation of precisely this and that watt level. And if this is not given, it's very difficult for the body to become faster, because if you want to become faster, like a pyramid, how do you build a pyramid? You have a large basis, and that large base, that fundament, supports the peak. Now, the higher you want to build your peak, the larger your fundament needs to be. Because I've never seen a pyramid that is upside down and in the air. I mean, there are supposedly, buried pyramids which are upside down, but I've never ever seen any pyramid that stands on its peak and has a very small fundament and a huge top. This just doesn't work. As you are impatient and you like strategic planning and everything, you enter a lot of races and tests just to get reassurance. And that reassurance is, you pay for that with simply a lack of base endurance, because every race you do, you take it a bit easy the day before or 2 days before. You need to recover about a week after the race. So then you lose like 1.5 to 2 weeks. And winter is not forever. Winter is quite short and precious. So every day in winter is very precious and we need to use it. So this is why I'm quite keen on making sure that we have a strategic planning for the winter, which is equally important to prepare in spring and summer for your peak of season. Overall result, self-doubt. Self-doubt, and another byproduct is frequent illness. If you train too intensively because you have self-doubts, your body's unable to recover, and this is where all the sickness and illness starts. So my athletes, on an average, are when they start to work with me after 6 months or so, they report that they are less ill and less frequent ill and sick than before, because we focus a lot on basic endurance and a lot of fundament build-up to do a lot of high-intensity stuff in the summer, probably more than other people are able to do, but it takes a fundament over the winter. All right, guys, so these are the basic problems and challenges of winter training. And if you have more questions about this, if you want to start to work with me, send me an email to info@rmtraining.com. If you have comments or ideas, post them in the comment section below. I always read them. All right, for the rest, I wish you a very good day, a good winter training, and I'm looking forward to see you soon. Bye-bye.